All right, what up, yo? Um, I work nights, so it's like 3 a.m. and I'm actually cleaning up my mat area, kind of straightening up. But it's now Saturday, so it's UFC 293 tonight, and I'm gonna talk about my prediction for the main event: Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Um, and I'll be upfront. I literally just finished listening to Chael Sonnen. Um, he put it out sometime yesterday, a video about Israel and Strickland, and he's saying Strickland can beat Adesanya, and here's how. I think that's the title of the video. Um, Now, like a month ago when they announced this, I put out like a short little thing saying that wasn't saying Strickland was going to, but he could beat Adesanya. So for anyone watching this as not a huge UFC fan, Adesanya is a huge favorite in this, on the books and amongst the community. Chael brought up something. He didn't bring it up in this aspect, but he did kind of. I don't think Adesanya's been this big of a favorite in the community. In Chael's video, he's acting like it's split in the community. The community, like just people like us that talk about this and groups that chat about it. I don't think Adesanya's been this big of a favorite. Chael was saying since Jan, which was the fight he lost, where he went up to 205. I think everyone thought Izzy was going to win there. They were worried about the wrestling, which was what was going to happen. But I would say Vettori, especially Vettori 2, nobody picked Vettori to win that I know. That if they did, I forgot. And I feel like that perception is the same going into this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the community just for sure thinks. And it's not insane for them to think that because Strickland's ranked like number 6 or 7, I think. Don't know if he's beat anyone in the top 5. But he beat everyone he had to, and Izzy beat everyone else. So that's where we're at. Now let's get into the actual fight itself. Chael was talking about, if anyone doesn't want to watch his whole video, basically what he was saying on how. He was saying, he literally said a striker never, or a grappler never beats a striker by taking them down and keeping them there. And like I was immediately like, did he forget about Conor and Khabib? But what he says is that the grappler, to beat a good striker, you've got to basically make them think you're going to take them down. So he was saying you change elevation and go forward, which is, I really liked his breakdown of it. That's something I'm going to start playing with, like maybe even tonight if I have someone over for training. How simple it is basically just to duck and go forward instead of duck and move your arms or act like you're grabbing a leg. He basically says you change elevations, go forward, and then you throw the strike. And he gave a couple examples of previous fighters and fights where that's happened and been successful. And, that might be what happens. But I think what's actually going to happen is Sean is going to be up in his face. We might spend the first 2 minutes getting a feel, and I really hope Sean gets out of that quick. Like, a good example of a feel, with as much as I talk about eyes, when O'Malley fought Aljo, the first minute, maybe minute and a half, if you're watching Sugar, his eyes are on the chest and he throws no head strikes. He's just getting a feel. And the interpretation for getting a feel can be a lot of different things, so I'm not going to try to go into that. But Sean got a feel with Alex and then started going forward and got caught. I almost want Sean to don't get a feel at all. Just go forward, and force it. I think there's going to be times where Sean's going to change elevation or whatever. But as goofy as Sean is, Sean's not dumb at striking or fighting. And Izzy definitely isn't either. So when we take into consideration how Chael's talking about, they change elevation and go forward, and that's how you fake the takedown to beat a striker, are we going to sit here and think Izzy doesn't know that and doesn't expect that? I think Izzy's actually going to be the one that initiates the grappling. And I think it might be from the same aspect that Chael is talking about, but reversed. Instead of getting put in the point where Izzy is worried about the takedown, I believe Izzy is going to approach this fight to make Sean worried about the takedown. I'm hoping it's not going to, I don't really care. I kind of feel like I want Sean to win this fight. And with that said, I'm going to make my prediction that Sean's going to win. I think Izzy doing these takedowns is going to be a mistake. And I'm not even saying he's going to be like drastically shooting for takedowns. I think he's going to feint the idea that he's going to grapple in various ways. And I think he's going to get caught and pinged up doing it. And in a result of getting pinged up, that's going to diminish other areas. And I'm saying by round 3, Sean's got him out of there. TKO finish. There we go.